of time on defense. Okay, Coach Urbanelli, when we were practicing those posts, he made a reference to stopping the guy with your hands. Earlier, we did a drill like this where we were working for head position. Okay? I learned from a coach a long time ago, Marty Nichols, I don't know if you heard that one. He's a coach up at Ithaca College. They were top 5 in the country this year. Where's that Ricardo Gomez from? This one's downstate. This one, I think. They had at least one national champ this year. Talks about lines of defense. Okay? It's great to be offensive, but you got to be able to stop a guy's attack. It starts with a good stance. Okay, it starts with a good stance. When we're in a good stance, talked about level changing, he would have to go through my head or my hands to get to my legs right now. You watch Kyle Dake, yeah, he's a great athlete, but he's also got a great stance. He protects his legs. You don't see him reaching up for guys' heads. Okay, he's very patient, protects his legs real good. All right, and that's all a big part of defense. But let's say a guy gets through our head, gets through our hands, he's got a good setup, and he gets into his double leg. Okay, he gets into a double leg here. This is a position we're all going to be in. All right, and one of the coaches, college coaches, a guy named Steve Garvey, he's the coach of Virginia now. He did a clinic for us years ago. From this position, there's several things we got to do to prevent being taken down. Just because the guy's here doesn't mean he doesn't have any points in. First, we got to have strength in our hips, and our feet got to be apart. If we stand with our knees together, we got to hold those. This way you work buttons. Spread our feet apart. We're going to punch them with our hips. Arch your back. Okay, arch your back. I could almost arch mine. Almost. Maybe not quite. All right, so I punch them with those hips. Make them feel a little bit. Then, the other arch should always be in between the body here. Okay, it ends up being a whizzer. He's in a single leg. This ends up being a whizzer right here. Okay, or a body lock. But for now, when he's in there, we're going to punch him. We're going to take the top of his head, because he's weak there. If I try to push it to his neck, that's where he's strong. Take your own head. It's easy to push your chin to your chest if you're using the top of your head. Put your hand here, harder to do. So I'm going to take the top of his head, and I'm going to stuff it under my stomach. Hopefully it doesn't get lost. Okay. All right, I'm going to stuff it underneath there. As I do that, I'm going to take a bunch of little baby steps in a circle this way. Call it breaking down his shot. I want to break down his shot by circling toward his head. I circle toward his head. If I circle this way, geez, I make it easy for him to finish. If I circle toward his head, after I hip punch, I stuff the head underneath, hard. Stuff. You got to be brutal here. Okay? All right? Stuff it. Go to here. Now, a good wrestler, when he's in Jack's position, is going to keep moving. He's not going to stop. So when I get down there again, my feet are apart, back is arched. I block right here, okay? Because he's going to keep moving forward. My shoelaces are on the mat. Go ahead and drive a little bit. If he wants to keep driving forward, I'll just let him push me backward and use his energy. But I broke his shot down to a parallel position, and now I've stopped his forward motion, and I can re-attack. So again, this is all we're going to do right now. One guy's in on a double, hip punch, stuff the head, circle toward the head to this position, blocking out the hips. All right, each guy's going to do that 3 times on 3. 1, 2, 3.